Hello, Harmony families. My name is Mrs. Rogers, and I'm the German teacher here at Harmony Middle School. And in this video, I'd like to introduce myself and tell you what you can expect in German 1. Now, I'm not only a middle school teacher, but I'm a middle school parent. So on this slide, you can see a picture of my daughter, Julia. So let me tell you what you can expect this year. But first, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. Rogers. I am not a native German or a native German speaker. I was born and raised in northwestern Pennsylvania. I didn't start learning German until I was 17 years old and on a plane to Frankfurt by myself. That's a long story, but I was an exchange student and it wasn't a requirement that I know German. And being a teenager, I thought, no problem. That shouldn't hold me back. I can learn. A lot of students who come to my class have similar ambition about learning German. It's just going to happen. Shouldn't be a problem. It can be fun. And I'm really glad they do. Look where that got me. It is my 7th year of teaching in Loudoun County. After I was an exchange student, I went on to major in German. I had lots of opportunities to go back to Germany and to go to Austria with scholarships and grants. I had a Fulbright. I went to graduate school, and then I got a great, super fun job in Washington, D.C. And then after I had lots of adventure, I went into teaching. I got my teaching license and became a career switcher, and here I am. Oh, there's one more person here I should introduce you to. This is my twin sister, Becky. She lives in Alaska. She learned German in college. She took 2 classes. She knows some, but I, who lived there for ultimately 4 years, I can blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if you stick with it, you can get proficient. You can become bilingual even. Before we go on, my German 2 students last year put me up to this. They said, when you go to Germany, Mrs. Rogers, find something really gross, eat it, and take a picture. Okay, and here's my picture. Not as gross as I imagined. Actually, it was pretty good. Was machen wir in Deutsch? What are we going to do in German? Deeper learning is Loudoun County's phrase for how we get students career ready, ready to go out in the world, ready to change the world. We create authentic situations. We deal with authentic problems. And we get to know what the students really want to do with German and what situations, what language, what things they're interested in. That's the German we learn. It's authentic. Okay. We also look for opportunities to actually use it in authentic, whether we write an email or whether we make a phone call. Authentic. Real world, well, I think I probably just explained that too. And problem solving. Students are problem solving when they listen to a question in German and then formulate an answer. It is solving a problem on their feet, adaptive. What they learn, that skill they learn in German class, they can apply to so many different situations. Let's talk about where you can find the materials. Schoology. At the top of the page, I always have an image that has lots of bullet points, links to all kinds of materials that they need, assignments, how-to videos, vocabulary lists. Okay, I can tell you that German 1s will look like this on our first day of school. Okay, take a look. There are not a lot of links there. Okay, so after a few weeks, it's going to look like this. Okay, we've got a few more links, vocabulary lists, the alphabet, numbers, some summary videos. Also in Schoology is how you can get in touch with me, grading policy and expectations, and some other things. This is really how I grade, okay, how to get help. And for parents, I have a link also to the syllabus, which tells you some things that your students will need, like dry erase markers. It's probably things they already have, but check that out. I love dry erase markers. I can't get enough dry erase markers. Okay. All right, essential questions. We start are units with questions to answer, to ask. Yeah, to answer, ask and answer. Like, how can you introduce yourself to a German? Or describe your school schedule to a German. Or how can you order in a German restaurant? Harmony's newsletter, The Buzz, will have versions of these questions to discuss at home. What different words do you use when you speak with someone you don't know or someone in a formal situation? What are some of the differences? Germany is a little more formal, so that's something we can think about. So, essential questions. And then once we have those questions, we come up with the vocabulary together that we need. Okay, vocabulary. Parents, this is where you can really help. Please encourage your kid, your German student, to practice their vocabulary. Ask them, okay, you're learning about school. What are your school subjects in German? How do you say homework in German? Things like that. When students know the vocabulary, then they can really more easily take part in classroom activities where we're actually using those words. We're listening for them and we're saying them. If they don't know the vocabulary, they get doubly behind. The syllabus and grading. Well, I talked about the syllabus a little bit. Let's talk about grading. There are 5 different factors we look at based on whether they're speaking or writing. Students are going to have weaknesses. They're not going to be able to, do all 5 really well. Maybe they are, but okay, you can focus. But if you have questions, that video is a good resource, or you can, of course, ask me. This is a high school credit class. It goes on students' high school transcript. Speaking of grades, the number you see in student view or parent view is the grade. That is the official grade book. In Schoology, you can also find a grade book, but it doesn't apply all the same formulas. Those numbers can be off. So check student view and parent view. But in Schoology, you'll find the assignments, and also it's the best place to look for feedback from me. How to get help really quickly, Schoology. Okay, I give students multiple chances. Okay, I accept late work according to school policy, and I work out with students how they can make up missed classes, missed assignments, misunderstandings. There's lots of materials in Schoology that can help students, and ultimately we're trying to make them independent learners of German, where they can find what they need on their own. Okay. All right, how to reach me. Here's that information. During the school day, the best way to reach me immediately is by phone. Call the office and have them find me. Otherwise, email. There's my email address. Whoops. All right. Let me go back to this first slide, back to Deutsch with Frau Rogers. Parents, any opportunity you can have to share this world of discovery with your children, with your students, learn vocabulary with them, ask them questions, send any resources you have, any experiences you have with them. You're a part of this, and teamwork makes the dream work. I look forward to working with you and getting to know you better this school year. And thank you for trusting me with such an amazing opportunity with your student. So, mach's gut, that means do it well. Auf Wiedersehen.